So, is it actually worth it being a real estate agent in Canada, despite all the fees, the competition, the slowing market, the stress, and the content you see online? You might be wondering, is it really worth it anymore? Today, I'm going to tell you the truth. Not the edited Instagram version, but the real lived version from my experience of being a realtor in Canada, especially as a woman, a mom, and someone who started a second career after being a registered nurse for almost 20 years when I started my real estate journey. So let's look at why people choose to become a realtor. And this is also for me, my why I chose to become a real estate agent, right? So people choose to become a realtor for three things. Mostly the freedom, the flexible hours, and more income. And yes, real estate can give you all three. As maybe you've heard my story before, I've been nursing for when I started my real estate journey for 17, 18 years. And I was looking for all these three things compared to my career in nursing, right? I needed the freedom and the flexibility to work from home, building my own schedule. And I needed more income, more money coming in. Who doesn't, right? So I needed all these things. And I decided to take on this new career path while I transition, right? I am still working as a full-time registered nurse. So for me, real estate is part-time because I didn't see that green light as yet to leave nursing and go into real estate full-time. Now, let's look at what real estate is not. Real estate is not a shortcut to money. It's not quick money, and it's not as glamorous as our social media makes it look as if it is. Yes, it is not that glamorous at all. You don't just get your real estate license and magically get clients and magically get in commission, ching ching ching, and money being deposited into your accounts. You have to build trust. You have to learn how to market and promote your real estate business. And you have to do a lot of background work. And that takes time. Yes, it does take time. And again, I'm telling you from my experience. Now, let's look at some of the realities that nobody warned me about specifically and might not warn you about because you are looking into answers to help you to make this decision, right? Expenses hit very hard. So the real estate fee in Canada, when I did my real estate license, I did my real estate course at Humber College, and I did a video on how much it costs to become a real estate agent. I'll link it somewhere up here. So for me, it was a little bit over $7,000 at the time. So you have to pay that to get started. Then you have dues. You have real estate board fees. You have insurance fees. You have brokerage fees. So there is a lot of money that you have to come up with. And even if you're making money, if you have clients, yes or no. For example, I've been a real estate agent for the past 3 years, and I did a video and I almost quit being a real estate agent. And I think I've broken down several of these other things that I've spoken about, but maybe at length over that other video. And all this year, I've not closed any transactions. I came close several times, but unfortunately, things happen and deals fall through. Now, with that being said, I still have to pay my brokerage. I still have to pay my board fees, which is quarterly. I still have to pay for my insurance, and I still have to renew my real estate license every 2 years. And this all add up to over $2,000. I would say close to $3,000 for the year. So before you even make your first dollar, you are thinking of spending, because you have to join the brokerage to work as a real estate agent, and you have to join the board so that you can access the MLS and the listings, right? So you have the licensing fees and you have all those fees. The list is long. All those fees. So think about that. The money that you have to put out before anything comes into you. Number two, you don't get paid until a deal is closed. So you might be lucky enough to get a client and you are, yes, I get a client, and you are on the go of, helping them to buy in the house, and you have to take the time out of your time. Yes, this is your business. You have to take the time and you have to use your vehicle to drive all over the place to show them houses. You have to take your time again to write those offers and the time to communicate with those realtors, because you are basically being the middle person working on behalf of your clients, right? So if when it's all said and done, you do all this with your client to put through a deal, the offer was successfully accepted, you will not get paid until that deal is closed. And usually closing is around 30 to 90 days after the offer is accepted. Now, for me, I can tell you my experience. I've been working with clients at times, and sometimes it takes multiple houses for you to show them, for them to decide on one. They might decide on one, and then there are some conditions that you put in, such as inspection or financing, different offers that you put in. Sometimes, based on those conditions, the offer is fall through. You have to get a mutual release so that you have to officially or legally get your client's money back, the deposit, after they have submitted it with the offer, which is accepted, and then you have to get back that money. Sometimes there are multiple times that the offers are accepted on this one same client, offers are accepted, but for some reason, again, on the second attempt or the third attempt, the deal fell through. And you have invested time, you have invested energy into this one client, and the deal did not go through. How would you feel about that, and how would you handle that? That's all in the game of being a real estate agent. So you have to be mentally strong, mentally tough to handle these challenges when they occur. Number 3, you have to chase clients and you have to handle their emotions. Real estate is emotional. People cry. Couples will argue right in front of you. Couples will have disagreement right in front of you. You will have to be the coach. You will have to be the mentor, the financial advisor, the counselor, the therapist, and everything in one. You will have to be able to handle all of these emotions, not only from the client, but also from the realtor on the other side of it. So, are you willing to put up with all these, dealing with people and their emotions? Can you even at least manage your own emotions, much less managing somebody else's emotions? So you have to factor in all these different factors when you're thinking of going to get your real estate license. And by chasing clients too, you have to find your own clients. So whether you're going to choose the marketing strategy of doing cold calls, door knocking, or using social media to attract and get clients, you have to be chasing them. And once you get a lead, that's what we call it in real estate. You get a lead, you get a client maybe from social media or from one of the door knocking, or they download a lead magnet, as I have several different free things that I have to offer. And once you give me your email, you get that first time home buyer kit. No, you become a lead, and no, I have to chase you down. I have to be marketing and promoting to you and try to get you to be my client. That's how it is in real estate. Do you have that mental energy to be going after people and to be choosing a marketing strategy and to be consistent in doing it to get leads? Are you willing to do that? Let me know in the comments. And next thing is the long hours. Real estate does not care if you're a mom, if it's your birthday, if you're on your cycle, if you're having an emotional meltdown, if you're having a bad day. If you submit an offer or if you're working with a client, they're going to be calling you and they're going to be expecting that you're still working on their behalf. If you submit a deal in the evening, you have to be up waiting to hear a response if your deal was accepted, if it was rejected, or if it was counter-offered. And you have to be willing and in a mental state to respond to that realtor on your client's behalf. So you have to be available. Unfortunately, if 9 o'clock is your bedtime, you have to be available. And that was for me. For me, after 9, usually my boundaries, I've been a nurse and working. My kids know that 9 o'clock is my cutoff time. My phone goes on do not disturb. And I emotionally drained by that time. So I need my time to refuel. And unfortunately, real estate does not care about this. Right? So now I have to reassess my life and reassess and see, does this career fit into the life stage that I'm at now, especially as a perimenopausal woman who was going through so many different things, an emotional ride. Can I mentally focus, and does this career still fits the lifestyle, giving me the freedom? On what type of freedom is it giving me? I just did a video about nursing versus real estate. So if you're thinking of a career path between them both, you can go and check out that video after watching this one. Now, let's talk about why real estate is still worth it. Now, after all that, being a realtor in Canada can still worth it. Yes, it can still make sense. The income potential is real, even with one transaction. So, for example, I did mention that I have not gotten a successful transaction throughout this year. But if I even get one transaction before the year ends, then that transaction can pay off all my dues and fees that I've spent throughout this year, and I still have an additional amount left over, right? So if you're working full-time and you decide to do real estate part-time, it still makes a bit of sense. You decide that, but there is still the potential to make some money as an additional stream of income, right? Even part-time. Number two, the flexibility is unmatched because you determine your time, and if you have really strong boundaries with your clients from day one, then you can determine how you structure your days. You can have the time to drop off your kids at school, come home, make dinner, and you decide that, okay, during this period of time, 7 to 9, you'll be focusing on the kids, and from maybe 9 to 10, 9 to 11, you're focusing on your business. So you have the upper hand on structuring your time and being flexible compared to another career. For example, as I mentioned, in nursing. Number three, you grow as a person. Real estate pushes you to go out, to network, to markets, to promote your business, and gives you that freedom in creativity of building a business, being confident, being an entrepreneur, learning how to budget your money, because this is a commission-based income. So you don't have that consistent income coming in. So it sort of grows you and gives you those opportunity to grow as a person and as a business. And number four, what I love really about real estate most of all is the impact that you give to another family. Helping someone with one of their biggest financial decisions is to step into home ownership, right? So it shows them that it is possible to become a homeowner. And that's one of the many reasons why I chose to become a realtor, because as an immigrant here in Canada, and I've been through the home buying process 3 times, I find the lack of financial knowledge sometimes people might fear or think it is impossible, especially immigrants, to step into home ownership and to own a home. And that's where I come in to be a representative, to be an inspiration and empower other immigrants to do the same and to step into home ownership, real estate, to start building wealth. And number 5, you can transition into different areas of business. So you become strong at content creating, you can become a referral agent, you can become a showing agent, you can become a real estate coach, you can become a real estate investor, buying real estate, starting Airbnb, or even becoming a landlord. Partnerships, and so many different other opportunities. Real estate opens these doors so that you can do other things and you're not just stuck and limited to selling houses. So let's do a quick look at who real estate is not for. If you need a guaranteed income, real estate is not for you. Go find another career that you're getting paid weekly or monthly, because as I just said, you have to sell a house or go through a successful transaction in order to get your commission. You don't like sales, or you don't like talking to people. And yeah, if you're introverted, I'm mostly introverted. And I'm still here holding on. But do know that you need to network and you need to talk, and you need not even only the buyers or the sellers, but you also need to communicate on the other side with the other realtor, right? You are scared of rejection, girl. If you don't like to hear no, or you are scared of being put down, or tell no, or the people close their doors on you, real estate is not for you. Go find something else. If you are not disciplined, real estate is not for you because you are building a business and you are now your own boss and you're now an entrepreneur. So you will have to structure your time and be dedicated in doing the things you said you're going to do so that you attract those clients, get those leads, and close that deal. You want success instantly, sis. This is not for you. As I said, I've been in this business for 3 years. All this year, 2025, I've not had one successful completed transaction as yet, but we still have some more days, some more weeks within this year. So I'm still being hopeful and having that faith. So if you're expecting instant success, real estate is not for you. Now, who is real estate for? You're willing to hustle in the beginning, go really hard and hustle, hustle, hustle. Then you can think of go getting your real estate license. You love helping people. You're a people person and you want to impact someone, then yes, you are self-motivated, meaning that you know you're going to do the things that you said you're going to do, then that is a characteristic of a successful entrepreneur. You want freedom over time. Yes, that is achievable in being a real estate agent. You are ready to grow and reinvent yourself because this is a new career path, a new journey, and you have to build this from the ground up and it takes time. You're emotionally strong, meaning that when the clients start crying on you, when the other realtors start yelling at you, shouting at you, or giving you attitude, then you can be able to handle it, mentally handle it, that is, setting some firm limit setting and some firm boundaries. You're willing to build your brand. As I said, you are a full-time, you're an entrepreneur now. So you have to spend some time in creating and building this business and building this brand. So in my honest opinion, is it worth it being a real estate agent in Canada in 2025? Yes, but only if you go in with your realistic expectations. Real estate won't save you, but it can change your life if you're disciplined, if you're motivated, and if you're willing to build a brand, as I just mentioned. For me, was it worth it? Absolutely. It gave me my confidence building my brand. At times, no lie, I'm tempted to just walk away and quit because it really requires a lot of patience. A lot of patience. But I don't know. I'll say it is still doable and it's still worth it, but you will have to make that decision on the type of freedom and the type of career path that you're looking for and what you really desire in being a realtor. If you're looking into buying, selling, or relocating to Hamilton, Ontario, I'm happy to help you. I help people with their real estate goals in Hamilton, Ontario. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video makes sense. Let me know in the comments if this makes sense, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.